Good morning to everyone. My name is Ramesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, Soundarya Institute of Management and Science, Bangalore. Now I am going to explain Bangalore University syllabus BBA course Aviation Management. Under that, second semester subject is Mathematics for Management 2. Unit number 1. Under that, Introduction to Operation Research. Here, what is mean by operation research? What are the definitions are using? Then what are the characteristics, functions, and uses, importance, and limitations of operation research? And we are going to study about that formulation of LPP, linear programming problem, and that formulation linear programming problem and graphical method of solution of LPP, that is linear programming problem. We are going to study here. First one, we are going to study here operation research origin. In history we will say during the Second World War the people have died lot. Those period England, Germany and other countries which are in the supreme level of that period, you lost their human beings. In such situation, they need to attack the opponents, that is enemies countries. So they used some techniques. The techniques later on that we will call as operation research. In the critical situation, with the minimum force, how you can be get a maximum benefits. That's the only concept will be developed. So that is the origin. Now we can see one by one what is that origins are talking about. The term operation research was coined during World War II when British military management called upon a group of scientists together to apply scientific approach in the study of military operation to win the battle. Because in the battle the people are died lot, so opponent people we need to attack with minimum sources. So that operation research was developed. In where it is in British, that is now we can talk about England. The main objective was to allocate scarce resources in an effective manner to various military operations and to the activities within each operation. The effectiveness of operation research in military spread interest in it to other government departments and industry. During the Second World War, this was succeed maximum level. So they started utilizing for the other department and also in industries how to manage human beings, because those countries are population is very less, so the people are not having the skilled, then they are going to go for other jobs. So they try to make a maximum production using this technology. We can see in that operation research, we can see in simple or in short form. Originated during World War II when the British military management contacted a group of experts together to use a scientific approach in the study of military operations to win the conflict. Due to the availability of faster and flexible computing facilities and the number of qualified who are professional, it is now widely used in military, business, industry, transportation, public health, crime investigation, etc. In all the fields nowadays, they are using this concept. Meaning of operation research. Our main use of scientific and mathematical techniques for making decision and solving problem. This means we'll be talking about that mathematically it is proven. We are applying the mathematical and logical at the same time scientific reasons, logical meaning, analytical basis. Over we'll see there is a logic, there is a conceptual and a meaningful way. It is concerned with coordinating and controlling the operations or activities within an organization. That is the reason was operation research was succeeded. It can be registered as use of mathematical and quantitative techniques. That's the mean everything in the fundamentals of mathematics will be used to substantiate the decisions be taken. Why we are using the mathematical logical? The people over in the world can able to understand that in such a way it is created. That is the reason people are more accurate and getting a maximum benefits. Or helps to take a decision about operations and productions. It takes tools from subjects like mathematics, statistics, engineering, economics, psychology, etc., and uses them to know the consequences of possible alternatives action. Suppose plan A is not working. What they will do? Plan B they will go. Plan B is not working. Plan C. Plan C is not working. Plan D. Like that up to Z. Any number of alterations can be made with the easiest way of input. We'll get a maximum benefits of output. Numerous synonyms for operation research are in common in use. Numerous in this is numerical values. The British like operation research and the Americans like management and science. British are always like the operation research. Americans are management and science because they have to manage with the people and making economic very strong. But a preferable term to describe this subject is decision analysis. Which one you are going to take a decision? Which one is suitable for you? That is the reason this subject was so familiar in this world. Everyone is using nowadays. Definitions of operation research. There are the people are defined in different way. Different scientists, certain mathematicians, statisticians, economicians. So some of the definitions we are going to see. War is the art of winning wars without actually fighting. That's the way Arthur Clarke was being defined. The simple way of definitions. In other way, Society of America is defined. It is concerned with the scientifically deciding how to best design and operate man-machine systems, usually under conditions requiring the allocations of scarce resources. This Society of America is defined by operation research. Then SATI. TL SATI is defined as is giving a bad answers to problem which otherwise are worse answers. Is in defined in the other way. In other person, that is Miller and Starr, is defined by is applied decision theory. It is uses any scientific, mathematical or logical means to attempt cope with the problems that confront the executive when he tries to achieve a through going rationality in dealing with these decision problems. He is defined in another way. In Wagner is a right. Operation research is a scientific approach to problems solving for executive management. Different people are defined in different format. These are the people are defined. Some more example we can definitions we can see. Churchman, Ackoff, Amoff. He is defined as Or is the application of scientific methods, techniques, and tools to problems involving the operations of a system so as to provide those in control of the system with optimum solution to the problem. Here what do you need to think? Suppose the profit is getting, we can able to maximize. Suppose anything is getting lost, we'll try to minimize it. We cannot neutralize it. Either maximum or minimum. Profit oriented, gain oriented, we can make it as maximum. Suppose loss oriented or any other things is there, we can make it as minimum. That's called optimization. Or is the study of administrative system pursued in a scientific manner in which systems in physics, chemistry and biology are studied in natural sciences. Operation research is a scientific method of providing executive departments with a quantitative basis for decision regarding the operation under their control. Morse and Kimball was defined in this format. In this, any one of the definition we can study that will be more useful to for the studies. What is a scientific methodology? Analytical, experimental, quantitative, which by assessing the overall implications of various alternative courses of action in a management system provides an improved basis for management decision. It's called POCA is defined. Another person is defined. Management science is application of the theories of probability, statistics, queuing, games, linear programming, etc. to the problems of war, government and industries. There also operation research can be solved. Operation research is the use of scientific methods to provide criteria for decisions regarding man-machine systems involving repetitive operations, competitive operations. You can make it. There also can be used. Now, operation research we are going to study now. What is that? 6 phases. What are the ways we have been improving the operation research? Formulating the problem. We know that every problems will arise in anywhere. We need to make a formulation. That is a more important process. And generally, we use length and time consumes. That situation, the activities of the constitute, these steps are visits, observations, research, etc. With the help of such activities, or scientists get sufficient information and support to proceed better prepared to formulate the problem. Any situation, we can able to make a formulation. Then we can go at that. The process starts understanding the organization climate, its objectives and expectations, subject to the constraints, alternative courses of action are discovered in this step. That is called as formulating the problem. What is the format it is there? How far we can able to bring it in a one kind of solution that should be used here. Develop your model. Which model it is suitable for that? Once a formulated is confirmed, the next step we express the problem into mathematical model. Which model is there? There are the models there. One is linear programming, transportation, assignment, traveling salesman, dynamic, queuing theory, simulation, game theory, like that. So many models are there. There, how can you make it a mathematical format? According to the environment, in the form of equations, you can make it, and relationship formulas. You need to identify both static and dynamic structural elements and devise mathematical formulas to represent the interrelationship among elements. So in this way, we need to make a developing a model. The process model may be field tested and modified in order to work under stated environmental constraints. A model may also be modified if the management is not satisfied with the answers that it gives. That also can be happen. Select the appropriate data input. Garbage in and garbage out is a famous saying. Based on that, no model will work appropriately if data input is not appropriate. What kind of data will be used? How you can able to measure it? The purpose of this step is to have sufficient input to operate and test the model. Solution of the model. We need to make a solution. After selecting the appropriate data input, the next step is to find a solution. What's the way we can able to solve it? We have the methods. Linear methods, graphical methods, solving method, problem solutions. Different model have different things. If the model is not behaving properly, then updating and the modification is considered at this stage. Anything it is not suitable for that, then we need to get changes. Validation of the model. A model is said to be valid if it can provide a reliable prediction of the system's performance. Whatever it is given the model, that should be real life, that should be suitable. Then only we can able to make a performance of that. A model must be applicable for a longer time and can be updated from time to time, taking into consideration of the past, present, and predict in the futures. The last phase is implement the solution. The implementation of the solution involves solving behavioral issues and implementing authority. They are the responsible for resolving these issues. The gap between who provides a solution and who wishes to use it should be eliminated. To achieve this, our scientists as well as management should play a positive role. Then only this operation research can be successfully implemented on the real life. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, phase 6. This is what we are studying here. Techniques of operation research. What are the techniques we are using? Here there are so many array of techniques and methods available for solving this problem. We will see one by one. First one is linear programming. This is a mathematical technique of assigning fixed amount of resources to satisfy a number of demands in such a way some objective is optimized and other defined conditions are so satisfied. In situation, each and every situation, for example, company related, there is one that is called linear program will use. Transport will use transportation problems. Assignment, assigning the job to the particular person, then we will use assignment. Game playing, game theory will be used. Dynamic energy level, dynamic. Making the queue, how you can make it, that is queuing theory. Likewise, each and every places have different mathematical model. Next is transportation. It is a special type of linear programming problem where the objective is minimize the cost of distributing a product from a number of sources to a number of destinations. Assignment. Specifically, when the problem involves allocation of n different facilities to n different tasks, it is often termed as assignment problem. Game theory. It is used to decision making under conflict situation where there are one or more opponents. How you can make it? That is players in the game theory. We consider two or more persons with different objectives, each of whose actions influence the outcomes of the game. The game theory provides a solution of two such games, assuming that each of the players want to maximize his profits and minimize the losses. These are all we are going to study in the later period. Linear programming, transportation, assignment, game theory, queuing theory, replacement model, CPM part. In this syllabus only we are going to study. Here, some of the techniques which are used for the operation research. Next technique, queuing theory. How we are going to make a queue? Presence of the group of customers who arrive randomly to receive some services. This one we are going to use in the bank sectors, service sectors. This theory helps in calculating the expected number of people in the queue, expected waiting time in the queue, expected ideal time for the server. This theory can apply in such situations with a minimum investment cost. Inventory control, production places, acquisition, storage, handling of inventories so as to ensure that availability of inventory whenever needed and minimize wastages and losses or just dumping in the particular places. Decide reordering time, reordering level, and optimum order quantity. That situation, inventory control model will play. Goal programming. It is a powerful tool to tackle multiple and incompatible goals of enterprises. Any enterprises, incompatible goals of enterprises can be used. Simulation. Simulation is a technique that involves setting up a model of real situation and then performing experiments. Simulation is used where it is very risky and cumbersome or time consuming real study or experiment to know more about a situation. That situation simulation will give more value. Next one is non-linear programming. This method either objective function or the subject some of the constraints are not in linear form. So non-linearity may be introduced by the factors as a discount on price or purchase of large quantity. That situations we can use non-linear programming. Integer programming. This method may be used one or more of the variables can take only integral values. Example are the number of trucks in a fleet, the number of generation in a powerhouse. Like that situation, we use integer programming. Dynamic programming is a methodology useful for solving problems that involve taking decisions over several stages in a sequence. One thing common to all problems in the categories current decision influence both present and future periods. Sequencing theory. It is related to waiting line theory. It is applicable when the facilities are fixed, machines are fixed. How we can make it to use with the shift of the human beings. Servicing may be controlled. Scheduling of service, sequencing of job is to be done. Minimize the relevant cost. That situation, this will be used. Which one? Sequencing theory. Replacement model. When the machines are working, then maintenance cost will be calculated. When maintenance cost is more than the machine worth, then we need to make a replacement. That's a replacement model will create. So we can solve. Markov process. This process will be used for the decision theory. When the probability basis of going one state to another is known, this theory calculating wrong run probability or being particular state. Now network scheduling, PERT and CPM. These are also very important things. Is a technique used for planning, scheduling and monitoring large projects. Such large projects are very common in the field of construction, maintenance, computer system, installation, research and development design. That situation, projects under network analysis are broken into individual tasks that should be faced. In situation will be used for network scheduling or PERT and CPM. Symbolic logic. It deals with the substituting symbols for words, classes of things, or functional system. It incorporates rules algebra or of logic and proportions, they have been only limited at time. In such situation, to face in the business problem, we will use symbolic logic. Information theory. It is analytical process transformed from the electrical communication. That situation, information theory. Nowadays we'll say information technology. Now, advantages of operation research. Everywhere, advantages and disadvantages will be there. Now we are going to see what are the advantages of operation research. Better system. I already said minimum work or input we can able to find out maximum work. Here, often an over approach is initiated analyzes the particular problem of decision making, such as best location for factories, whether to open a new warehouse, etc. It will help economically and means transportation, job sequencing, production scheduling, replacement of old machinery, etc. This situation we can able to say better systems, better control. The management of large organization recognize that is difficult and costly affair. That situation, better control will be used, and our approach may provide the executive with an analytical and quantitative basis to identify the problem area. The most frequently adopted application in this category deal with production scheduling and inventory replenishment. Better decisions. There are multiple options in that better decision can be made. That decision will be errorless. Give an executive and improvement insight into how then he make his decisions. Better coordination. Planning model helps in coordinating different divisions of a company. In that situation, this will be helpful. Limitations. That is called in disadvantages. Dependence on electronic computer. Always we need to make an over concepts. We need to make a system. In the sense, machine systems we need. The machine system, the people will know, then only they can able to handle it. That is the reason. Depends on electronic computer. Non-quantifiable factors. Numbering or quantitative values. It is there, then only we can you able to find out. Otherwise, it's not able to find out. All relevant variables do not lend themselves to quantity. In that situation, we cannot able to use operation research. Difference between manager and operation researcher. Or you see a specialist job requires a mathematician or statistician who may not aware the business problem. Then similarly managers will fail to understand the complex work of or there is a gap between the manager and our operation researcher. Money and time cost. Yes, first initial stage money will be making you need to spend with this model costly effort. Moreover, fairly good solution to present a more desirable than the perfect over solution available after some time, but money and time will get more expenses. Implementation decision is a delicate task. It must be taken into account on the complexity of human relations and behavior. Sometimes even can make an error. Machine rare cases even often will come, so it will show immediately the responses of the human being. So that is the human relations and behavior will be placed. So implementation is very difficult when we are using the OR technique. Operation research users important role in almost all areas business decision. Some problems where operation research approach can be used: finance, budgeting, and investment. What are the ways we use? Credit policy analysis, cash flow analysis, dividend policies, investment portfolio. These are the areas how to minimize the value of money. That situation, operation research will be useful. Marketing, production selection, where to select, what to select, timing, you can able to follow. Advertising, media, and budget allocation in marketing areas. number of salesmen required with a minimum work and maximum benefits, selection of product mix, purchasing and procurement of exploration, optimal buying and reordering, how much you can buy it, how much if you buy you will get a benefit, how much you will be required, how much you can able to reordering, replacement policies, places, production management, location and the size of warehouses, factories, retail outlet based on the place, either rural, urban, semi-urban, based on the places how you can able to make a productions. Distribution policies, how you can able to be distribute in the one place to different places in particular area, particular zone. So that situation this will help you. Loading and unloading facilities for trucks, that's also important. Production scheduling, optimum product mix, how can you able to make a benefit of that, project scheduling and allocation of resources, and then personal management, human being considerations, selection of suitable personnel, skilled or non-unskilled, recruitment of employees, assignment of jobs, skill balancing, research and development, project selection, control of R&D, research and development projects, reliability and alternative design. OR is relatively new academic discipline. It is in original in World War II and soon it became very familiar throughout the developing appropriate mathematical models of situation, process or study. This is the way the people are more used in the operation research everywhere. That is the main concept will be applicable. That main concept will talk about that minimum effort, maximum benefit. That is why OR is mantras. Okay, this is the way we can able to develop in that. Here we can see linear programming, dynamic programming, gaming theory, simulation, or some of the models techniques are used in OR. Till here, I'm going to explain the OR operation research work. So I explained about the detailed explanation of operation research. Where is it development has happened? Where is the origin? What are the phases? What are the models are used? Each and every part we are going to study. Which other part is there in our syllabus? We are going to study. Thank you for listening my videos. Thank you for watching my videos. We will be updating another video. Next is linear programming model we will be studying. Thank you for watching my video.